Good morning, everyone. Today we have Sunday, March 9th, in the Essene Book of Days for 2025. The seasonal focus is brooks run free and buds appear. The morning focus is the angel of earth. The deepening says, hold a handful of local dirt as you read, explore its makeup. And here's the meditation. There is a part of me that is rooted firmly in the earth. It is to this grounded, solid me I now deeply bow. For without this, there could be no expansion, no life-giving nourishment, coursing to my tender new leaves, no strong stem to reach towards the sun. The earth is my home for this incarnation, and I am blessed. And I say good morning to the angel of the earth. Good morning to the angel of the air. Good morning to the angel of water. Good morning to the angel of fire. Today, I will spread the spirit of fullness to my cat. I'm taking my cat to my aunt's to have him stay there for the week while I am doing my training in New Jersey. I was down there last night. The hotel room that I have is just fabulous. I had to come back to New York, but I'm going back today. My feelings are, we had a time change, so we lost an hour this morning. So I'm a little tired this morning. It says it's 8:34, but it certainly feels a little earlier. Anyway, let's see what Magdalene's message is for today. Today we have message lesson number 68. Is that right? Let's see. 40. Yep, 68. Here we go. Love holds no grievances. Magdalene's channeled messages. Greetings, beloveds. It is our honor and our delight to be with you. Grievances are created within a mind that has forgotten to add the flavor of the heart. When one makes a recipe, there are certain ingredients that add a flavor to that which is created. When you add the flavor of heart, beloveds, you are imbuing your creation with love. And when you have forgotten this one particular flavor, this one particular ingredient, you alter the recipe. If the recipe of your life is to indeed add more love, if the principle of your life is to love as God loves, to live as God lives, and to think as God thinks, to create as God creates, the essential ingredient, beloved ones, is always love. If it does not taste right, if it does not feel right, if it does not sound right, if it does not look right, there is one ingredient that you always add more of, which brings it back to balance, and that, beloveds, is love. This is why it is always suggested that you add more love. For love is the universal balm, the universal solvent. When you allow yourself to find a place where you have held a grievance against another, understand, beloveds, that ultimately you are holding it against yourself. You are saying that this is not the way that it should be and that it should be otherwise. This purpose is not perfect in the eyes of God. The circumstance is not perfect in the eyes of God. And you have made yourself the judge and the jury. You have said this should be other than the way that it is. When the truth of all creation, beloved ones, is that all is indeed as it should be. And this indeed is difficult to accept, to understand, to comprehend when you have looked at the world through the eyes that cast judgment and darkness and shadow upon all things. So allow yourself today, beloveds, radical self-acceptance. Allow yourself today, beloved ones, to bring love. Let love be the extra ingredient. Imagine carrying a little shaker of love with you, and when the circumstances arise in which you say, this is not perfect, you think for a moment, what if I added a little more love? What if I pulled out my little shaker of love and added some love to this circumstance? Love this idea. Love is indeed a universal solvent that will remove all grievances. When you are able to love yourself and love another, all pain dissipates. They dissolve before the very fabric of your eyes. They become like an ephemeral thought in the mind. When you find a grievance, when you find a misunderstanding, when you find something that causes you pain or angst, when you find yourself triggered by a circumstance, beloveds, understand that you are holding a grievance. You are holding within your mind, your very powerful mind, a thought and a belief that something exists outside of you and it is not acceptable. The thought and the belief that something can perturb your sense of peace. This is indeed the farthest thing from the truth, beloveds. For where you exist within a field of love, beauty, peace, grace, joy, and happiness. And it is as you yourself who have determined that something should not be the way that it is. And when you are able to bring love to every moment of existence, when you are able to release your grievances, your upsets, your thoughts of turmoil, because you have sprinkled more love upon them, you will find peace. When love is sprinkled upon a circumstance, it is much like fairy dust being released from a fairy wand. For the purpose of the fae is to bring more logic and love and light. Golden love flies from the shaker of God's love. It douses and it surrounds all grievances and all circumstances with the heart and the light of love. So allow yourself today to find the grievances that you have, that you hold against yourself and another, and forgive, beloveds. Sprinkle it with love and say, I must not have seen this clearly, because I am seeing it other than through the eyes of love. And be playful and joyful, beloved ones. Have fun with this indeed. Feel yourself lightening up, feel yourself smiling, and forgiving swiftly and deeply. Use your shaker of love often, and watch the fabric of your existence as it transforms. And it shall. Our blessings and our love to you, beautiful beings. We love being on this journey with you, and you are precious to us. Reach out for us. Ask us to assist you, and we shall. We love you, and we will speak with you again. Greetings, beloved ones. Beloveds, if you understood that the resolution to every circumstance in your life is to indeed bring love in the form of the thoughts that you think, bring love in the ways that you speak, bring love in the ways that you act, you would have no grievances. There would be no one with whom you have discord. There would be no one with whom you have upsets. There would be no way in which you perceive life as anything other than a flowing stream. But what has happened, beloveds, is the grievances come from the places where you have removed the flow of love. You have granted that there should be something other than complete union and communion with all things. You have forgotten that everything is an extension of you. And when you allow yourself to once again see the connection that you have and that you are with all things, all beings, in all circumstances, in all places, you'll come to recognize that there is nothing that lives within your existence that you cannot fully embrace and love, for that is the very embodiment of who and what you are in the universe. Precious and beloved, holy brothers and sisters, let there not be grievances. Let there be compassion, let there be love, and let the truth of you flow in, as, and through all things. Blessings to you on this very beautiful and holy day. We love you, and indeed we shall speak with you again. Thank you all so much for being here, everybody. Sending you all the love in the world. Looking forward to the spring. Much love, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye, everybody.